My name's Jacob Hashimoto, and I'm an artist. I grew up in Walla Walla, Washington, which is a very small town in the middle of nowhere. It's like 3 hours to Spokane, which is also a small town, but it's the big town for us. And when something came to town, it was really important. It was really formative, and it was really special. I think that doing regional shows is really important because oftentimes, we could turn down shows, in Vermont or Mississippi or Boise or wherever and just hold out and just expend our energy on the big cities. I grew up in a college town and they supported it and raised money to have artists come and engage with the community. I think it's incredibly important. So the artwork exists when people take the time to stop and look at it. And so the goal of the title and the goal of all of this really is to make people kind of stop, take a breath, and consider what their relationship to this object they're seeing is. Not all of it, but a lot of my work from the mid-90s has been kind of based around this kite element. And so the frames are made by a kite maker in China, and then we do all of the paperwork in my studio in New York. The paper comes from Japan, the acrylic comes from Garrett Paint and Pigment in New York City. The colored papers are handmade for me by Hiroya in Tokyo. The string is made here in the States. So everything is kind of custom made from kind of a global supply chain. But it's not because it's Japanese paper and my last name's Hashimoto. I use Japanese paper because it behaves in a very specific way. When the kites come from China, well, these kites do, the round ones, because that's where the dragon kite comes from. The dragon kite is from a very specific region, and so I had to go looking for kite makers in that region that would work with somebody to make this specific object. I ended up wiring them like my life savings. And, I got my 10,000 kites back from them. And that was the beginning. I think it was about 2003, 2004 when I started building stuff in China. And then that's changed a tremendous amount since then. And I think that the nice thing about this piece is when you walk into the room, you're in the artwork and it's very intimate. It's very kind of human scale. The gallery is very human scale. I think the mission of BCA is very human scale. So I think that, this kind of artwork in this space really suits everything that's happening, at BCA and in the community around us.